got all things that are good.
There's more power in the mind than you probably like to think and give yourself credit for.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to BrainStorming Episode 6.
I'm Brian McFadden.
And I'm Nick Tesla.
There's a battle on for your brain.
So let your brain evolve.
We got a lot today.
Yeah. We are in celebration mode now.
We really are.
We are in celebration mode right now. Because I'll tell you what, the Patriot Act has expired. Whoa! There's a party going on in here. I'll tell you what. Patriot Act has expired, and it's a beautiful day. Even though it's a dreary, miserable day outside. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what do you expect them to do with HARP if their Patriot Act gets canceled? So it's party mode up in here today. We're partying it away. So, Brian, it's a fucking beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Today was one of the first days, I guess maybe yesterday was, but today was one of the first days, Brian, that I really, really felt free again. You know, even though I didn't realize I wasn't free for such a long time, right? I felt free today, Brian. I felt free for the first time in a long time. I felt free today. I guess I was free yesterday, but my body was achy and I felt like shit. So I really didn't feel that free. But today...
For people seeing this later in the week, earlier this week, Section 215 of the Patriot Act expired.
This week is a first free week. This week is the first free week in a long time.
Real long time.
It's been over a decade, so we had to touch on that. We have to touch on that. We have to celebrate that.
That's a landmark moment. God bless
more
America.
Than a landmark moment. It's an amazing thing. So what's my mic doing? Blue 42. All right. So hey, Brian, it's a wonderful day. It really is a wonderful day.
It's a wonderful, dreary, dark, rainy day. It's beautiful.
It is. It is wonderful.
It's free. We're free to enjoy this dreary, dark, rainy day.
So let's talk about it a little bit. So I guess the NSA is probably upset today because their bulk collection or their metadata collection.
That's probably why it's a thunderstorm. Harp, harp, harp.
That's what I'm saying. But their bulk collection of our data has been officially today been told to stop. On the law books, it's not supposed to be going on. Okay, but then again, think about it this way. All right, weed's illegal in a lot of states in America. Does that mean that stopped weed from being smoked and being sold and all this and grown? No.
Guns are illegal.
Guns are illegal in certain places.
DC.
And guess what? They have
and those
more
places
guns.
have the highest crime rate in the country.
So, just because something's written on the books doesn't mean shit. And especially if it's supposed to regulate the government will just backdoor that shit and sweep it under the rug, and nobody will really know.
When the Patriot Act
Freedom of
first
Information
passed,
Act does not mean shit when it comes to the
all
NSA.
they really did was put on the books that it was legal to do the things they were already doing. So, dude, if they were doing it illegally before, one thing we've learned about government is history tends to repeat itself.
Exactly.
They're
They'll
just gonna
continue
keep doing it anyway.
They'll continue to do it and deny it. Just from now on, it's like denying it. Whereas before it was like, yeah, but it's for your protection and, to stop terrorists. And another provision that was ended was the lone wolf provision. I don't know if you know about the lone wolf provision. Is basically they claim to have caught lone wolf terrorists who are too badass or who refuse to associate themselves with Al-Qaeda or ISIS because they're just too hardcore for them, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're like the ECW of fucking terrorism, right? But it's like, no, these people ain't terrorists.
I think ISIS
that's
is
how
the
the government wants to explain it to us. But no, these people ain't Lone Rangers. These people are fucking Lone Rangers. I guess like Raven. We quote the Raven. Never remember from wrestling. Raven.
Yes.
He was Lone Ranger. Anyway,
you're talking to someone who was at almost every ECW arena show.
Well,
I know Raven well.
Lone Ranger shit is just
what's up, Scott?
Psychopaths.
If you're watching, I hope you are.
Lone Ranger is just psychopaths and murderers, and it's like you didn't stop a terrorist, you stopped a psychopath and a murderer. You know what I'm saying? There's no plan to terrorize in a classic terroristic fashion. There was a plan to terrorize in a classic murderer fashion, or murderer. What's the mass murderer fashion? I guess you could not mass murderer. Psycho. Axe murderer type shit. I don't know.
Genocidal.
Maybe I'm just splicing hairs here. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Anyway, maybe I'm just splicing hairs. I don't know, Brian. But I don't know. The whole thing's kind of crazy. The lone wolf thing is done. Which who gives a shit, right? You didn't really catch anybody with that.
They catch zero. Caught
exactly,
zero.
Exactly.
Zero.
What else we got? Lone wolf, metadata, stop being collected, and something else. And you know what? This isn't going to stop them from listening in on your cell phone. This isn't going to stop them from listening to our show right now. And it's not like... And
I hope
when
they're
you say
listening to the show.
Yeah, but when you say listening, exactly. What comes up, everybody says, oh, well, if they're listening, then hey, what's up? It's like, no. Listening as in bulk collection of data, whereas they have literally petabytes, which is like 1,000 or 1,000,000 terabytes, right? I think it's 1,000 terabytes.
They have
huge petabytes and petabytes and petabytes of storage available to store all of our shit. And they have compression software and like all the best shit. So it's like, it's no problem for them to store everything, even fucking the phones that can actively record.
Now later in the show, we're going to talk about Jade Helm, but I'm just curious, do you think the timing of Jade Helm and the timing of Section 215 expiring?
Yes, I do think there could be a correlation there. I don't want to think too much into it because I could just lose my mind thinking really about that because it's like...
I know what you mean. I didn't feel good over the weekend. I missed a day of work, and while I was laid up in bed, I spent some time watching YouTube videos, right, about Walmart, like Walmart underground tunnels, Walmart Jade Helm, DHS connections, all that. And really, it just goes on and on.
It can make you depressed, and it's like the stuff that I was looking up about Comet Eleanor. I remember I was looking up stuff about Comet Eleanor. I know it's not like military type things, but Comet Eleanor scared the shit out of me. The more I watched about it, I was like scared and like terrified that when Comet Eleanor got close, like it was gonna fucking nail us, and it was the end of shit. And it just
kind of passed by.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, well, that doesn't suck. I guess I'm kind of happy it didn't hit us, but
yeah,
why was I so convinced? Oh, because I was watching so much of the shit of people who are convinced that it's happening. It's like,
I call that 2012 syndrome.
It is kind of 2012 syndrome, but like
or Y2K syndrome, you could call it.
It changed a little bit since 2012. If not for other people, definitely for me, it's changed. Whereas I'm very critical and I'm very, I try and be objective as much as I can, and
now it is very
when
possible.
some people are just some people have a brain who want to get worked up about something and want to be like end of day
that's
scenario.
What I was getting at. I'm willing to bet there was at least one show that day when the comet passed saying something to the effect of, "Oh my God, military helicopters are going down and reactors are melting down and it's the end of the world."
Well, yeah, honestly, yeah, you're gonna come to find Alex Jones. Especially as
I'm not naming
gets
any names.
started,
I'm not naming.
You're going to come
names.
to find Alex Jones really changing his tune, because right now his tune, I don't know, I've only seen the titles of a couple of his videos in my recommended videos. I don't ever watch them though. The titles were like, Jade Helm is to protect the American people and help the American people. So he's like, it almost seems like
I haven't seen that one. I saw the most recent
maybe
one.
He's being sarcastic. Maybe I thought maybe that was he was actually taking that. Maybe
last one I saw in my feed was the military lied. Jade Helm is training to round up Americans.
I don't know, man. This could be.
And then Paul Watson.
It could be crazy, but I don't know.
Walmart.
I don't. I guess we wanted to talk about Patriot Act and how amazing it is, Brian. It's like. Seriously,
well, I mean, we know they're like. It's like we know they're still doing it, but it's still.
You know what we forgot, Brian?
It's not on the books anymore.
You know what we forgot? The confetti falling from the fucking ceiling. It's the only thing we forgot. Seriously, it's not going to look like a true celebration.
We got our streamer, so we're cool.
Our garland. Like Texas garland.
And for those of you that can't see, it has little patriotic stars in the colors of the American flag.
Hey, shout out to New Jersey Weedman. He's got a restaurant he's opening up in Trenton, New Jersey.
Weedman's Joint.
June 15th it opens up. Go check it out. Caribbean food. I believe it's Caribbean food. I don't know. I'm looking for the menu. Hopefully I get the menu and I can take a look at it.
Healthy alternatives for people that don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of cash on health foods.
Yep.
It's going to be at 322 East State Street in Trenton.
Yep, and it's going to be awesome. Check it out. I think New Jersey Weedmansjoint.com and Facebook.com/NJ Weedmansjoint. So definitely go check his stuff out. It's going to be some amazing food. If you're in the New Jersey area, you got to come around and check out his food because it's going to be something amazing. I've seen some of the food. We
don't want to mislead anyone.
I've seen some of the coverage of it, and I've seen some of the food.
No marijuana will be sold in the restaurant.
No, of course not. Of course not. Hey, here's the deal. Legit. You're allowed to come to the store as stoned as you want to be. Like, where some stores you feel like you go, you can feel uncomfortable, like, maybe I shouldn't be here this fucked up. That store is the one place you can go, like how drunk people can go into a Crown Fried Chicken and at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Even though I don't think Crown Fried Chicken's open that late, but drunk people can go into a place like that or 7-Eleven. There you go, and just be jackasses. And as long as they're not destroying shit, the drunk person's allowed. And it's like, well, a lot of times high people feel like they're not welcome, like super high people. I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm just a little bit high. No, I'm talking about people who are just like, you know what I'm saying? And like, you don't want to be seen in a restaurant looking like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Even though you might not be like literally on the verge of passing out. It's just like, you're fucked up. You were dabbing that day. You know what I'm saying? And like, those dabs put you on your ass. But you want some food. You're hungry. You got the munchies. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of times you have the munchies, and I haven't done it often, but there's been times, especially when I was younger, where I wouldn't go out and eat. I'd forego going out and eating and getting something to eat, even though I had nothing to eat in my house. I'd forego going out and getting something to eat because I did not want to be out in public high. I didn't want people to see me.
Is it because you didn't want to be seen that way, or because
I didn't want to be in an establishment?
Didn't feel like walking.
I didn't want to be close to people, being forced to be either in a line or across from a counter from somebody, and them looking at me in the eyes and knowing that I'm high. Like when I was younger, that was like a big paranoia of mine. Now, like, I don't really give a shit. But it's still, some people have that kind of fear, and that's one place you can go is New Jersey Weedman's Joint, and he will never look down on you for coming in being stoned up. 322 East State Street,
Trenton, New Jersey. Grand opening June 15th.
Yep. Never look down on you for coming in being stoned up. Now,
might shake your hand.
Crackheads, junkies, raging alcoholics, you can all steer clear. Because it's probably not going to be your type of joint. It's going to be a peaceful, definitely laid-back type of place, and it's going to be an amazing place to get something to eat. So if you get a chance, go ahead and check that out.
And affordable.
If you're from Jersey area, or if you visit the Jersey or Philadelphia area, it's literally from Philly, it's maybe a 25-minute drive at the most to get to this place. So, and it's so worth checking out. I can't wait to see the Yelp reviews 1 year from today, because it's going to be like, whoa. This was like, I don't want to say this was his calling, because NJ Weedman's got a few different callings, but this is going to be amazing.
The article in the Trentonian, when he was discussing the menu and the types of things he's going to serve, sounds very, very interesting. Worth checking out if you're in the area. Or even if you're not in the area. Come to Jersey for that place.
Brian, interesting is an understatement. Support this. Okay? Interesting is an understatement, because I'm blown away. I'm blown away. One, by the hold on. Really, how, I don't want to say how, but the fact that he's naming it NJ Weedman's Joint.
Yeah.
And the location of the restaurant is across the street from City Hall. You know? Some people might say, oh, man, that's fucked up. Or that's come on, man, what's wrong with you? That's just stupid. It's like, hold on. No, stupid is opening up a place called NJ Weedman's Joint across the street from an elementary school or something like that, or a block away from an elementary school. That's a little bit kind of wrong. But City Hall? Excuse me, no better place to protest your message.
That's making it clear up front. I'm keeping it legal. Yep. Nothing's going on.
Exactly. There's nothing illegal going on there, so there's no reason for them to even worry about that. But he's still exercising his First Amendment rights 24/7. Even when the City Hall's closed, it's still like somebody standing out there with a sign like legalize. Come on, man, legalize. It's only right, you know. So. Ayatollah or rock and roll. Anyway, Brian,
Ayatollah.
We have been really just jacked up on our awesome topics today, but we got to move on to our real topic. So I guess we'll start off with this, because this is hilarious, Brian. We'll only stay on this for a minute or two. This is hilarious. Okay, this doctor in a Starbucks case. Okay, let me read you the headline. Doctor in Starbucks lawsuit says man deteriorated after coffee spill. All right, this guy went to Starbucks and spilled coffee on himself. Okay, and the coffee left a burn. The doctor's saying, and then think about this. Hey, doc, and especially how corrupt the pharmaceutical industry is. And some doctors have to know that, and they're still doctors.
You can get $2 burn gel at the pharmacy, by the way.
How about we take this to court? Look, Doc, I'm burnt. I'm obviously burnt. I may not be as burnt as I'd like to say I am. But how about we take this to court and say I'm extremely burnt and my condition is deteriorating, and I shoot for about $1 million and I give you $100,000 of it. How's that, Doc? Okay, sure. Oh, you want me to testify for it? Yeah, it's just between me and you.
I understand it. This guy's suing for like $750,000 over this little
exactly. But hold on, didn't we learn our lesson from McDonald's? And it pisses us off because this guy, and I hate Starbucks, so you know what? Fuck them.
I hate Starbucks because they're against the Second Amendment. Screw you, Starbucks.
No, but you know what this guy's going to do? This guy is going to change the landscape of shit so we can only get coffee that's lukewarm from now on. Our companies are going to start only serving lukewarm. Or the judges or the jury or whatever are going to be like, are you a jackass? Are you a jackass, really? Like, they don't remember the McDonald's lady? The McDonald's lady made it clear to all of us. The old lady who spilled, if anybody doesn't know or you're too young.
A couple years back, this woman.
20 years back,
like 20 years back.
At least.
She had a hot cup of McDonald's coffee in her lap. It spilled. She sued.
Yep, she went through the drive-thru. They handed her coffee. She proceeded on with her day. And maybe 5 minutes after leaving McDonald's, she spilled the hot coffee on her lap. And it was so hot that it burned her, gave her second-degree burns or something. And she sued McDonald's and won. And from that point forward, McDonald's had to clearly state on their coffee cups that it was extremely hot.
Not just McDonald's. All companies had to do that.
No, they didn't have to.
Well,
all companies did.
They don't want to.
All companies
they don't want that
do that. Exactly, because that just opened the door for multiple lawsuits after that. And so all companies did that. And
this didn't work. We need more protection. Okay, you can't make
they made our coffee. Exactly. What did they do? With that same exact thing, they made the coffee not as hot. They were like, we don't need to be giving people scolding hot coffee. They'll be okay with getting their coffee just hot. And it's gotten a little bit hotter since back in the day. The coffee that you got, I only drank coffee a couple times when I was a kid, but I remember it being a lot less hot. Now they've ramped it up just a little bit more, ever so slightly. Each year they ramp it up like a degree. And in the past 10, 15 years, it's gone up like 10, 15 degrees or some shit, from like 90 degrees or 95 degrees up to like 115 degrees or 105 degrees or some shit, right? Maybe it was at 100 degrees and they went up to 115. I don't know. Because if you put your finger in 100-degree water, it
might be intentional. Maybe it's to burn your taste buds so you don't realize
I don't know what
you're eating at McDonald's.
I don't know. But I thought that basically this guy would have not learned his lesson, but thought anybody that spilled coffee on themselves from any fast food joint or any place like that.
This article claims the guy needed surgery to remove part of his intestine after this burn.
Hence why I said, hey, Doc, I'm going to try and sue this company for $1 million. My burn. Can we make up shit that says that my burn's a lot worse than it is? You know what I'm saying? Can we send me in for a surgery on my burn or on this other burn that I got from some other shit?
Rewind. It's not even the guy that's suing. It's the wife. Oh, okay. He's suing because his wife is making him sue, basically.
Because his wife's probably a whore.
Impact that it had on the marriage.
Yeah, his wife's just a bitch.
On her marriage, not their marriage.
Yeah, his wife's just a money-hungry bitch. So basically, I guess what my thought was, sounds like the idiot who spills coffee on himself and now wants the world to take the blame. Didn't we stop falling for this lawsuit nonsense after the same grandma did the same thing? He wasn't eating,
he was losing weight, he was malnourished, and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, all right, let's see.
Over a cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that dude. He's just
an idiot. And then had surgery.
Dude. He's just an idiot. So on a lighter note, even though that was kind of a light note, just because that dude's an idiot. Anybody who spills coffee on themselves, well, you know what? Slow down, broski. Slow down. You're moving a little too quick for your day. All right? The day's obviously not willing to catch up with you if you're going to move that quick, if you're spilling your coffee on yourself. So slow down. Don't look to go sue every Tom, Dick, and Harry that spills their coffee on you or that gives you coffee that's too hot and you spill it on yourself. Well, you know what? That was your act. Do people get into car accidents because they were fucking driving drunk and then they sue the car manufacturer? Like, well, I was driving your car. It's like, fuck you. Take it somewhere. Pack it in your ass, dude. You know that car drives fast. Should we sell cars that aren't as fast or sell cars that can't go as fast for idiots like you? No. And all right.
I agree with that.
On that note, even though I don't know if any of that really made sense, but maybe it did. All right. On a lighter note, Michelle Obama says this: "We must teach young blacks to always vote Democrat, no matter who's on the ballot." Pretty crazy because I'm pretty sure Democrats were
the party of the KKK when they were founded.
The party of the KKK against the civil rights movement, right?
Yeah.
That's so it's kind of funny.
The Democratic Party used to be. You can look that up. That's mainstream history.
The Democratic Party used to be the red. Their color used to be red. So why are
they telling young blacks to vote for the KKK party?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to read the thing. It just it goes with the. I've told you this before, Brian. I hung out in my younger years. I hung out with a lot of black people, right? And I hung around black culture, right? And black culture was, man, I'm fucking Democrat, yeah. I'm fucking, all right, if you're a Republican, you're like a honker, you're just
I'm interrupting you.
You're a loser fucking black dude if you're a Republican.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna read you the actual quote. That's my message to voters. This isn't about Barack. It's not about person. It's not about person on that ballot.
Yeah.
It's about you. And for most of the people we are talking to, a Democratic ticket is the clear ticket that we should be voting on, regardless of who said what or did this. That shouldn't even come into the equation.
Yeah, see, here's the problem. It's turning into, and this is why I'm kind of like, I'm turning anti-sports and I kind of like in general some sports, right? But as far as like, I'm a Phillies fan or I'm an Eagles fan and fuck you, Dallas, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm moving away from that because you know what it reminds me of? It's like, hold on, think of it this way, Brian. And how about we put it this way, even better? No, not even better. All right, yeah. The Carolina Panthers are a Libertarian Party, even though the Libertarian Party wouldn't win the Super Bowl. But Carolina Panthers are a Libertarian Party. Philadelphia Eagles are... Let's just pretend the Eagles have a couple Super Bowls under their belt, even though they don't. Hey, I'm not an Eagles fan, so I can just say it, all right? What do you call it? The Eagles are the Republicans, and the Cowboys are the Democrats, okay? And I'm a Republican, I'm an Eagles fan, and you're a Democrat, a Cowboys fan. Fuck you,
I would
dude.
Never be a Cowboys fan.
No, I'm not saying you.
I'm a libertarian.
You're a libertarian, so I'm a fucking Republican, so fuck you, libertarian. You got some, like, you're close, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got some relatives that live down in Carolina, so, you know what I'm saying? You're okay in my book. I don't hate you, but fuck you. You're still not me, the Republicans, or me, the Eagles, right? Mm-hmm. And definitely, I hate Dallas, because Dallas is them fucking Democrats, and they get everything wrong. I hate them. I hate everything about, and it's like, hold on, what is my real hatred for Dallas? Oh, it's because that's part of being a Republican. Or sorry, that's part of being an Eagles fan, and is that I just hate. You know what I'm saying? And think about that same kind of team mentality that's applied on a much larger basis to our whole country's population, and how people are like, well, I'm a How many people do you run into where they're like, oh, I'm a Democrat, and well, no, the Democrats got to figure out. And come on, our buddy Vince, and Vince is gonna be on the show one day, and we'll show people that, but. Republicans, man, fucking Republicans, that's the way to go. And I'm like, well, no, Vince, you know, Republicans and Democrats, they're all like, they're two horns on the same fucking head. It's like, it's the exact same thing. And, well, no, but what you don't understand is the Republicans are going to change shit, and that's our only hope for changing shit. Well, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Have you paid attention for the past 50 years you've been alive? Like, that's not how it works, bro. You're falling right into the fucking same thing, whereas I was falling right into the fucking thing of like, yo, fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas fans, you know what I'm saying?
I admit I'm guilty of that with the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But don't we do that?
And it would be really, would be really smart for us as a population to step away from that a little bit.
Unexplainable, passionate hatred.
It's going to get to like soccer riot status, dude. It's going to get to soccer riot status. You know what I'm saying? It's like racism. It's just like a boiling underbelly. Like how many people get assaulted in the parking lots outside of football games for wearing the wrong jersey?
Okay. It
happens. It happens.
As I recall, it was...
Who's I recall?
I think it was a Monday night football game where the Vikings came to Philadelphia, and you could actually see on the show Vikings fans that were dumb enough to wear their jersey to the Eagles Stadium, getting all kinds of stuff poured on them, thrown at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Getting jumped in the parking lot.
Hold on. But are they human beings, or is the one person Eagles fans and the other person Vikings fans?
Well, apparently in the minds of the people that night...
Eagles fans and Vikings fans. But not even just that night. 99% of the time, especially you're an Eagles fan. I'm a fucking Eagles fan 99% of the time. Fuck you, fucking Vikings, you suck. Fuck it. And it's like, it's not... And like some people are like, that's what I tried to be for the last couple of years. I tried to be the guy who was not head first in it or head deep in it, you know what I'm saying, or knee deep in it, right? But still paying attention somewhat, still following a little bit, and trying to be as objective as I can. It's like, you know what? I don't like the Cowboys because they're fucking Cowboys, and there's that rival. We got that rivalry with them. But you know what? Cowboys got a half-decent team this year. You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
I was raised to hate the Cowboys.
But you know what?
Nothing personal. I'll always hate you guys.
No, but that's what I'm saying is it's how many people are raised Democrat to always hate the Republicans, and how many people are raised Republican to always hate the Democrats, and how many Republicans and Democrats are raised to think libertarians and any other independent or third party
you're
are
wrong.
just fucking
right.
No. You guys are just stupid and crazy. You ain't never becoming president. Let's fucking laugh them off the stage. You know, so it's like what is it? What is it? Harlem. What's the thing in Harlem? You know what I'm saying?
In Harlem.
In Harlem. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Showcase at the Apollo.
Okay.
Showcase at the Apollo. When somebody sucks, it's like they get the giant thing and pull them off.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Democrats and Republicans like to think they're doing. To
back to what Michelle
libertarians
Obama was saying. I'd like to real quick read
she's cool, actually.
the first
She's probably a good
comment
person.
that was posted at the end of that article by, I guess, someone who read it.
Uh-huh.
Diana says, let's see, the KKK was formed and run by, wait for it, Democrats. Democrats who also opposed Lincoln, the Republican, in trying to abolish slavery.
Don't you love commenters?
Did I say slavery?
Maybe you did.
Slavery. Democrats. John Wilkes Booth. Yeah, go ahead. Vote for the very people that wanted to keep you in slavery and those that burnt crosses in your yard to keep you in line.
Exactly. That's all that needs to be said.
You can look that up. That's what the Democrats were.
That's all that needs to be said. You can look that up and you'll see exactly that.
That is what you will see.
Yep, that's awesome.
That's what the Democrats were.
All right, moving on, Brian. What about this Czech reality show that lets families experience Nazi occupation? Do you know about this?
Ain't that interesting?
Is there anything you could tell me about this? I haven't even heard of this. This is breaking news in my brain.
Apparently, over the past 15 years or so, reality TV has become the thing. There's reality shows, all kinds of different reality shows.
Yeah.
Anything you could think of.
How long till we have... Hold on. Real quick. How long till we have reality shows that's just people beating off? Not literally you're watching them fucking like they're junk, but it's just their face while they're beating off. How long till we have that reality show that involves some aspect of it is people beating off and you seeing their face as they're beating off and trying to keep a straight face and trying to like focus on something or something like that.
Coming.
It is coming? You think so? That's that.
It's coming.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're halfway there, I'd say.
Are we? What's this about?
Intelligence level. Because if you live in Prague, Czechoslovakia, get this. You can be on a reality TV show that lets you experience being in a concentration camp.
Oh, my God. That's sad. All right. Is there gas chambers? Are they fake gas chambers like it's a sauna? So you go into the gas chamber and it's a sauna? That would be hilarious.
A reality show in the Czech Republic has let a family of 7 experience what it was like living under Nazi occupation during World War II. The Czech public broadcaster said the family members...
Okay, so they're not in concentration camps.
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh, okay. So they get hauled off and
they were brought back. Oh no, I guess they're not in concentration camps officially. They were brought back in time to March 15th, 1939, the day Hitler's troops took over the country. They were taken to a farm in the mountains in the eastern Czech Republic. They were forced to confront everyday realities of the occupation, such as hunger, persecution, and Gestapo raids.
Oh my God!
The goal of the show was to show what common people had to get through at the time, and historians and architects made sure their experience was authentic as possible.
See, I hate
the show is, if anyone cares, is called A Vacation in the Protectorate.
And Brian read that from the Associated Press. I hate how everything's got to be reality TV, because I like this idea, but not for the making people relive the Holocaust. I like the idea of rebuilding an old city, or at least a large section of an old city, or a 1 square mile section of an old city. Rebuilding that, hey, you can do it out in the desert. Who gives a shit? Just rebuilding that and letting people occupy it and live life like it was back then. And not allowing any technology in that is, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody who comes in, you come in with clothes on, or you come in with like normal clothes on, and you're forced to change into old school clothes. You have you're not allowed to wear anything new.
Hey, Nick.
It's like
you don't need a reality show for that. It's called Amish country. It's in Pennsylvania. You can go do it there.
Dude, you're thinking of one specific genre, or one specific like time period, and one specific culture. I'm thinking of, what about people that want to live in 1920s New York City? And would like to live right around Times Square, 1920s New York City. You could rebuild 1920s New York City and not allow any new technology in, and let things progress from that point. And as things like were invented and outside in the world and this and that, you bring those things in and introduce those things in as time passes, and people are allowed to live that life for a certain upfront fee. Once you're in, you support yourself and you find yourself a job in your little city or this or that, or you can come in like you guys think. It would be only smart to allow people to buy themselves some sense of wealth when they come in, but not some sense of wealth where they would come in and own people or try and dominate or take over the whole society or this or that. Some sort of wealth where if they decided that they didn't want to work, they could bring enough wealth in that for at least 3 or 4 or 5 years, they could not work and try and build a business or something, or do something, be an artist, or you know what I'm saying? They could do something where try and make money another way. But nobody's going to get to come in with like $1 million or even $100,000, because back in the 1930s, what the hell is that? $100,000? Like, you're going to end up owning almost everything with $100,000. Like, especially in a 1 square mile area
during the Depression.
But if you come in with $10,000, you can go to the grocery store once a week, get yourself food. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a cigarette smoker, back in the day, cigarette smoker, you can go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, weed was not even regulated or even really known of, so. If you're into that, you can find a way to smuggle yourself some seeds in and grow some pot in your backyard. Nobody gives a shit because it's 1930s and there's no laws or anything against it. And you can fucking smoke on your veranda every night, you know, or smoke on your back porch every night if you want, because nobody even fucking knows what pot is, you know, even though everybody really does. It's like it's the 1930s. Nobody's calling the fucking cops, you know what I'm saying? If you found pot, then it's like
if
that guy could be out there.
Some moonshine, you go right
exactly.
ahead.
That guy could be out there smoking oregano for all we know, you know. That guy's more than likely smoking a tobacco joint or tobacco cigarette, because that's all that people smoke nowadays. I wouldn't know of anything else, you know what I'm saying? People wouldn't even associate the two because they'd be fully immersed in the 1930s society. So you're saying like, oh, Amish, you can go live with the Amish.
See,
Amish culture you have to adapt to.
See where you were going with this.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it now.
You like that? You
I
like that?
But I do like that.
If anybody were to end up having that idea and they really wanted to make it happen, they'd have to pitch it as like a reality TV show, just like the Mars reality TV show. They are scheduling this trip to Mars 10 years from now, and all these people have the opportunity to go, and they've narrowed it down to the 50 last candidates or 25 last candidates or whatever that are going to end up going. And it's a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So it's like, hold on, we can't go to Mars without it being a fucking reality TV show and having to have some sort of watch the drama that's going on between the people there and this and that. And it's like, how come we can't just have some shit? Why does there have to be, we have to show the world this shit? Everybody's got to see this. We have to, we have to frame it this way. And we have to, I want you to say this and then say that. And it's like, that's not fucking real life. Just let people live in those kind of situations. Like, you ever see those shows? I think one of them was just on the Chick from Del Ran 1. What do you call it? It was like a show where they went back in, it was almost like medieval times, but they were completely immersed in a medieval times town, and it had fucking woods, but everything was horse-drawn carriage and this and that, and it's like they were completely immersed in it, but it was a competition and an adventure and this and that. Well, why not just build that and let people live there?
I'd like to go to like
what's wrong with that?
1760s.
It would just need
America.
to be regulated. Huh?
1760s.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be
colonial
cool?
America.
And if it's 1 square mile things, you can have a lot of people live in them. If it starts to get full, you can build another because it's only 1 square mile. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you had like land out in Montana or some shit. Like you can get a shitload of land. It's like, why not do it? Just incorporate these little towns, dot the landscape with these little towns that are almost different time periods. You know what I'm saying? Is that not a pretty cool idea? I think it is. It would have to be regulated. That's the only thing. Is there would need to be a company, hence my company, would need to be the regulator of all these towns to make sure that if you're in the 1780s or 1760s, there is absolutely no technology getting in whatsoever. I'm not accepting any technology in. Everything you're getting is built. So it would seem like it was a hand-me-down from the last generation. but nothing is. Every tool is like a built tool. Like you might have an ironworks or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like other than that, no, sorry. There's no technology. So you might be like 1760s. That would be really cool. But once you're in there for a week or two, you'd really have to think about that because, and that's also the thing. You can't come and go as you please. It's you come, you stay for a certain 2 or 3 year contract or term, and then you're allowed to leave. It's not, oh, I got a job I got to get to, or you know what, my aunt's having her quinceañera or something. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? My aunt's daughter is having her 13th birthday or something. It's like you'd have to stay and do that stuff, or you'd have to stay. And if you decide to leave, there's no coming back. And you don't go back to any of the time period cities because we already know you're not serious about living in that time period. You just wanted to check it out. And it's not for people that just want to check it out. If you want to check it out, there'll be documentaries and and TV shows that highlight what we're doing and spotlight what we're doing. But you're not coming and going as you please. You either come, if you decide you want to leave, you're not coming back. You're not going to any other time periods because we don't need people that are bringing the future influence into these other time periods any more than we do with new people coming in that are trying to stay, because they're going to come in with their future influence regardless how hard they're trying to fit in and blend in. It's going to take a few months or a couple months for them to forget about the future and realize that they're in the past. Yeah, but it'd be really cool, bro. It'd be really cool.
Very true.
I can't believe I just went that far on that, but that's it aggravates me that everything's got to be reality TV because like could my little plan right there even work without it having to be some sort of a reality TV show or even could it be a reality web? Hold on, what about reality web? Reality web hasn't come about yet. Reality web is around, but it's very
Nick, if you had video cameras of any sort or anything like that, that would be technology in your that would be technology in your old-timey town if you allowed camera crews.
Yes, it would, but think of a Truman Show type of situation where any camera that is recording anything in the place would be
Yes, but you're saying no technology at all would be allowed.
No technology at all would be allowed, and no matter... Just imagine it this way, Brian. If you came back and we're in the 2015 time period, and it's really 2030, but this looks like 2015, right? Well, there's cameras concealed in shit, high-tech cameras, you know what I'm saying, that like are futuristic shit, whatever you want to call it. But there's shit concealed in shit that I have no idea where they're at or what they're in. And that they could be 10, 20, 30 years more advanced technology than I know exists in this time period.
Actually, that's exactly what it's like in 2015.
But I don't know where those cameras are, and I don't even think of them as technology. I think of them as almost like not God, but as a overseer, you know what I'm saying? It's like, one, making sure that nobody's choking on some shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, somebody go help, like, you know what I'm saying? Or you literally send somebody that's 1 square mile, you can race somebody over to fucking, if somebody's in the middle of choking or having a heart attack or something, you don't want your people dying. You know what I'm saying?
We really need to move on.
And it's like a God type of thing, where that's what I'm saying. It's a God type of thing where you can like oversee your people and make sure that they're okay. And they wouldn't even look at it as technology in the house. They'd look at it as the eyes of God are watching over us. All right, yeah, we do need to move on. So what was this about Cobra Commander and Bilderberg?
Oh, Cobra Commander's taking over the world, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear to God, if this is Alex Jones doing some fucking Cobra Commander shit,
no, that might be that video itself.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, tell me all about, bro.
Well, basically, every time they have a Bilderberg meeting, they hire private security. They're not going to trust the locals to handle the Bilderberg security. They hire private security usually.
But you definitely cannot trust the locals to handle. They need to be highly trained and specialized. Okay.
This year's Bilderberg meeting happens to be in a little place called Austria.
Austria.
Oh,
so good day, mate. Let's throw another shrimp on the ball, eh?
No, that's Australia, my friend.
That's Australia, dick. Dumb and Dumber.
But anyway, Austria. Yeah. I forget what I was about to say about Austria. Something about Austria.
Let's throw another shrimp on the ball, mate. That's where Bilderberg is.
So it makes sense. The Bilderberg's in Austria, so why not use
I'm pretty sure that's where the first one was at, but go ahead.
Well, why not use an Austrian special security force, right?
You would
It would make sense. Okay. So that's what they did. They found a private security firm similar to like Blackwater, a mercenary unit, also ex-special forces.
Okay.
The
Gauchian Angels. It wasn't the Gauchian Angels.
No, it was not.
Okay. Gauchian Angels would really be able to take care of business at Bilderberg.
No, this group is actually called Cobra.
Oh, cool.
Cobra.
Oh, so
and Cobra's secret headquarters that they recently moved into is in a castle fortress in the Austrian Alps.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Fact is stranger than fiction.
Now, do they have a Cobra commander by any chance?
I would assume the leader of the unit would be Cobra Commander. Yeah, right.
Wow, that's awesome. My mom used to work for a company that made a company called Cobra. Okay, not the same company. Hey, maybe they are the same.
Maybe
company.
they are.
Maybe they've evolved and really moved on up in the world. But they used to make toilet snakes.
Probably not the same company.
Hey, you never know. Hey, Cobra they were pretty serious about their toilet snakes, so you never know. I don't know how you make that transition from toilet snakes to securing one of the highest
security
military. One of the highest security yearly world meetings that ever take place. But hey, anything's possible. This world's a crazy place, Brian. But
there you go.
That's pretty crazy.
Fact is stranger than fiction. If
That's
you ever grew
crazy.
up watching Cobra try to take down G.I. Joe and take over the world, just go to Austria this summer for the Bilderberg Group.
What
meeting.
I find interesting is that there has yet to be, and I guess it's a good thing, because in all reality, injuries would be to innocent civilians, and I'd hate to see that in all reality. But
true,
we've yet to see any kind of an actual
Pittsburgh, the G4 summit? No.
Yeah, exactly. We've yet to see any kind of mass violence or even any kind of I don't want to say terroristic act or any kind of extremely violent act. You're a radically violent act. You know what I'm saying? We've yet to see anything like that out of Bilderberg, and you would think that there's enough people out there that know that something's going on at Bilderberg, and there's enough people that know, and there's one of them that is just a little bit tweaked enough or a little bit out of his mind enough to say, I'm going to go fuck that shit up. I'm going to fuck. There's I can't believe that nobody's done that when we've had people.
Look at the security at Bilderberg.
We had a dude, hold on, but we had a dude fly a plane into the IRS building.
Yeah, okay.
It's like,
here's the thing, though, with Bilderberg is...
Does that mean that 95% of the people out there don't even know about Bilderberg? Is that really still the truth?
Yeah, that probably is.
Because that was the truth for a long time.
I'd say now it's about 85%, but yeah.
Do you think if we tell Vince about Bilderberg, he'll know about Bilderberg?
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You might want to give Vince credit sometimes. He knew about Tesla.
He did know, yeah.
But then again, he didn't know exactly all about...
But he also has batteries hooked up to solar panels.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, son. Don't knock it till you try it. I'm serious. Don't knock it till you try it. I've been there. I feel bad for trying to talk bad about that because, yeah, it's a little bit dangerous, but hey, Vince is Vince, so he's going to do his thing. But no, he thought that Tesla was getting his power, was going to provide the world with power from Niagara Falls, which is hilarious because he was going to provide the world with power from the electromagnetic energy that surrounds their electromagnetic vortex or whatever that's around the Earth. But we had another thing.
Yeah, if you recall, most Bilderberg documentaries, just about any documentary on Bilderberg, usually whoever's filming it, first 10 minutes of the documentary, they're getting harassed just landing at the airport in that city because Bilderberg's being held there, and you're a journalist with a camera. No, enemy, terrorist.
Do you find black bullets scary, Brian? I find black bullets scarier.
Cool. I think they look cool.
I do think they look cool. I find them scarier than regular bullets. I don't like bullets, though. I don't like bullets, and I don't like guns. Even though I have 2 bullets behind us, I don't like bullets, and I don't like guns. It's there for scale purposes or for perspective purposes. So you can say, like, look at this tiny little thing that could still kill somebody. Look at this giant thing, and that could still not kill somebody.
Yeah, I just want to read this real quick for our viewers. It was
What is this about? What are you talking about?
Our upcoming summer of fun, Jade Helm.
Yeah, Jade Helm. Hey, back to jazzy Jade Helm.
Yeah, it seems like every week there's something new about Jade Helm, and I know I'm not talking about Walmarts and tunnels and barbed wire around.
Hold on. But have we come to any kind of conclusion? Have we come to any kind of conclusion as to whether Jade Helm has any veracity?
Walmart has admitted that
to the claims of conspiracy theorists. So far.
Walmart has admitted that they're tied into Jade Helm through Homeland Security. There's recording of that. Someone called Walmart, and the person on the other end slipped up and admitted something they shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know though. I wouldn't call that. Yeah, I would call that definitely not something that's fake. But I would say I wouldn't call that confirming just yet. I would wait for
there's video
something
people
else
going into abandoned
Oh, yeah,
Walmarts,
yeah. I've seen the videos of people going into Walmart. There's some crazy stuff,
but
man.
No, what I'm talking about is even far more scarier than a closed Walmart with a razor wire fence around it.
Who's far more scarier?
Far more scarier.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You scared?
Farmer.
Should be.
Farmer scarier. Okay.
A tipster, and I'm going to read this directly from
I hate the word tipster.
consciouslyenlightened.com. Tipster anonymous, blah, 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 I can talk. Anonymously contacted the online watchdog group Operation Jade Helm and beyond with the following alarming information. Please keep this anonymous. My unit is participating in Jade Helm. We've been given full combat loads for all weapons. It's weird. All the other major training events involved blanks and simulated engagements, but this sounds like it will be live fire. People need to be prepared. The group responded with this. Sorry, brother. I served. I gotta call bullshit on this one. The informant replied back, it is complete truth. The informant was then asked what unit he was with, and his simple response was, I'd rather not say. Only 2 hours later, similar rumors started circulating that law enforcement officers in South Carolina, who are going to be doing some Jade Helm training with Special Ops Forces, will be using live rounds as well. Neither rumor can be confirmed officially, but it does give all of us keeping an eye on the Jade Helm situation something else to watch out for.
Here's, I don't know, dude. Jade Helm kind of, it plays weird tricks with my mind because it's part of me really wants to say after...
We know it's a PSYOP.
After the end of September...
But it looks like a live op being run the same time as a PSYOP, the same time as a training op.
Well, hold on. What happens with a lot of training ops? A lot of training ops are... Well, a lot of training ops are the actual training ops preparing for what is happening during the training op. You know, they're thinking they're going in 9/11 FEMA was there the day before. You know what I'm saying? To
Oklahoma City bombing.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
ATF was a block away prepared.
Exactly. So it's kind of nerve-wracking to think about. But then again, you don't want to lose your mind, and especially us up here. I guess if you're in Texas or you're down there where Jade Helm is going on, I understand your trepidation. But up here,
this is not limited to the states on the Jade Helm map. That is also something I've come to realize.
What did you say about the Jade Helm map?
The exercises are not limited to those states.
Oh, okay, yes, I know that.
Like Ohio and Baltimore and states that were never even associated with Operation Jade Helm are reporting similar activities going on in their areas, and people are filming things, putting them on YouTube and such.
Well, in all reality, I don't want to say we're safe because that's a foolish thing to say. The
closest one I saw was Columbus, Ohio.
You just got to keep your eyes on it, man. And you know, if shit hits the fan, a lot of people. Here's where a lot of people are gonna fuck up if shit hits the fan. Pardon my language.
Run to the city?
No. A lot of people are going to sit still and say, and it's not here yet. It's not even close. I want to see what's going on. They're not going to be able to pull their eyes away from the TV. Like the Baltimore riot shit. You're not going to be able to pull your eyes away from the TV. And, oh, my God, this is crazy that this is going on. And it's not going to be displayed to them like, oh, my God, the government's turning on us, the people. It's going to be displayed like the people are turning on the
military.
Exactly.
Or the cops are attacking the military. Or the people are attacking the cops.
Where did all these insurgents come from?
And they're attacking the military.
Exactly, Brian. So, but I think a lot of people are just going to sit still. And
now ISIS came over the border.
Until there's some sort of... There's going to be a lot of people saying, well, let's wait and see if it gets close to here. Let's see what happens then. And then when it's close to them, well, let's wait and see how disruptive it gets around here. And a lot of people are going to or you know what, I got my gun, I'll protect myself. And it's like a lot of people are going to be stupid and be like, just got to stand my ground. Or you know what, I'll just hang tight. You know, or I'll wait for the government to tell us what to do because they're not going to be believing if they're watching
the first
TV,
thing they're going to do is kick your door in and say
against us.
It'll be just like Katrina when they were going house to house looking for guns. I remember the interview with it was one of the SWAT officers that was doing the patrols after Hurricane Katrina down in New Orleans. They were going up to not even neighborhoods that were damaged, rich, upscale neighborhoods. Literally just going bang, bang, bang. Anyone need assistance? And then just boot the door in instantly.
I got a question for you, Brian. This just hit me.
National Guard, anyone need help? Bam! Give us your guns. That's literally what it was.
Maybe you can't do that with everybody. That's not possible to do with everybody. But here's my question, right? what if the United States military, I don't say the government, even though the government would probably be involved, what if the United States military turned on the American people and for at least a week they start imprisoning their own people, confiscating guns, doing whatever they want to people, even killing some American. There's rumors and reports of people getting killed, American citizens getting killed or civilians getting killed. But, of course, the news isn't reporting it, so it's just rumors you're hearing from hearsay, right? But all of a sudden, where the American military is against the American people and turned against the American people, but a bunch of countries that are the American allies that are not necessarily, don't consider themselves American military allies, but consider themselves humanity allies or American people allies or feel like that they need to defend us. What if, even if it's only two countries' militaries, they send their military here, and then all of a sudden that gives them reason to say we need to ramp up the military because other countries are invading us now.
I was just
they
thinking
see us
that,
at our moment of weakness.
So that could be why ISIS is
and they're
right
actually here to help us and save us, but so many people are running out of their houses shooting their guns at the people that are here to save us because a lot of the people don't realize that the government is actually fucking them over.
Well, because the first thing they'll do is the mainstream media is going to report we're being invaded by foreign forces. And our military has to, round you up to keep you safe from these enemy forces.
I think, honestly, when I start talking like this,
we don't want you to have guns because we don't want deserters to join the enemy forces.
This is what I keep coming back to, though. When I really keep deep down into it and I think about it deeply or I talk about it deeply, I really start to realize, or my gut feeling starts to tell me, this is all just a distraction. This is all just a distraction. That's what they want. That's the reason they keep fucking giving us new little tidbits about it. And, this is why it's such a big event and it's or such a big training exercise and why there are going to be live rounds now and this and that. And it's it's all a giant distraction. And it's the most wonderful distraction. It's not wonderful to think about. But it's for the people that created the distraction and the people that are distracting us. It's a wonderful distraction because, especially down where it's going on, which is probably the place that needs to be distracted the most, people are
paranoid.
Completely they're paranoid, but they're completely convinced of
Texas. I believe
they're completely convinced.
I think a majority of Texans probably honestly believe at this point that the military is going to invade their state.
Well, they're convinced that something is getting ready to happen, but their idea of something, I guarantee you there's 0.00001% of all of those states' population that really has an actual idea of that something that's going to happen. And most of the people that are following Jade Helm, they are literally way out in left field. Home base is where it's happening. Home base is where the truth is at. And they're out in left field, looking around in the grass, look at all this Jade Helm stuff. Look at all this Jade Helm stuff. And it's Jade Helm isn't really what we are supposed you're on the right field, but you're way off. Home plate is what's going on, and home plate is something completely. Think about Jade Helm is the grass out in the outfield.
Yeah.
Home plate is hard and needs to be dusted off, but it's home plate is where it's at. Home plate is the goal, you know what I'm saying? Home plate is a big deal. It's where everybody stands, and you know what I'm saying? Jade Helm is just this other kind of weird stuff. Maybe it's something much bigger that we're all being distracted from, because if Jade Helm weren't there, some people would stumble across it and expose it. And it's
my question.
Jade Helm's there, so they're not even looking for this. They're paying attention to Jade Helm.
I have
Jade Helm's a big deal.
Question for anyone. Anyone can answer this if they have an answer for me. Please leave a comment, email us, write us, something. Answer this question for me.
No answer.
If Jade Helm is a drill, why are there Turkish missile launchers in the woods in Texas? Please tell me.
I don't know. I don't like to think about it.
Turkish surface-to-air
missiles.
I
said with Common Element, I don't like to think about this, but there have been reports, and they've only been reports on conspiracy-type websites. That's what aggravates me, is there have been reports of a 2.5-mile wide comet or asteroid hurtling towards Earth at this moment. And September, I think the last week of September, it's supposed to slam into Earth. Or it's either going to slam into Earth or come very closer than any other asteroid or comet that size has ever come to Earth on recorded history, right? But they're very sure that it has a very good chance of hitting the planet, right? That's what all these conspiracy websites say. And I'm not gonna hook my ladder onto that one, Bob. Not hooking my ladder. You ever seen the cable guy come out and hook up somebody's cable, but they got to go out onto the telephone pole to hook it up, and they hook their ladder onto the lines and go up? It's like, that looks dangerous. But I'm not hooking my ladder onto this one, Bob. Not onto this asteroid. I'd rather hook my ladder onto Jade Helm, even though I really feel like Jade Helm is a distraction from something. I don't want to hook my ladder on this asteroid, and you know what? Part of me feels good about that, because it's like, if the asteroid is real, then it's going to end up killing me anyway, and you know what? I'm going to enjoy the last few months of my life. But if the asteroid's not, I'm going to enjoy the next few months of my life no matter what.
True.
And not give a shit about it. And it's just going to pass by, and we're all good to go. Yeah, I got the one that makes noise. So, I don't know.
We're going to end on a positive note. We're going to end on a positive note.
Yeah, that was a very positive note.
No, this is going to be more positive.
Oh, I didn't know if
this is what I discovered right before we went on the air today.
What you say, Brian?
Today is, we are filming on Tuesday, early this morning, Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
RT reports at 7:30 this morning, June 2nd, 2015. Teenage German girl will survive. She narrowly cheated death after her car was crushed by a British tank.
How's that a positive note?
She survived. She cheated death.
Yeah, but her car was crushed by a tank. Poor girl.
Column of British tanks has got involved in a car accident north in Germany when a teenager crashed into a 62-ton Challenger 2. The tank had no way to avoid a collision, but did manage to save the life of the car's young driver. The 18-year-old learner driver did not see the tank column as she tried to change lanes while driving in the small town of Augustorf.
Oh, that's hilarious. That must have been real fun.
Her mistake resulted in a collision with the Challenger 2 tank.
Yeah, that must have been fun, as her car just literally crumbled, like, in on her.
Well, there's video RT posted that...
That'd have been terrifying. Well, thank God she's alive. Thank God she's alive. That's right, Brian.
The driver of the tank couldn't slow down or stop in time, but he was able to manage to steer it, I guess, in a way that it only crushed her hood just literally inches from where the interior of the car would begin. Yeah. So when they say narrowly cheated death, it was narrow by less than a foot.
It's a wonderful thing, Brian.
From a tank truck.
Wonderful thing. Sometimes, it's stormy out, like we're brainstorming here, and all of a sudden the storm ends and the clouds pass, and what happens? The sun comes out and a rainbow arises. And you know what? That was our rainbow for the day. And no, we're not gay. But why do gay people take over rainbows? Rainbows are fucking, or fucking. I said fucking. Rainbows are cool, man. It sucks, man. It doesn't suck that the gay people have rainbows. It just sucks that anytime you say a rainbow, there's dumbass people
associate
out there like,
it.
Oh, you're gay. You're gay because you like rainbows. You fag.
Well, those people are ignorant retards. So.
Yeah, they are ignorant retards. But I don't know. I still don't want to be like, hey, I'm Mr. Rainbow. See, look, you see what I said? Hey, I'm Mr. Rainbow. Instead of just saying, hey, I like rainbows. You know? All right, whatever.
You're not part of the solution, Nick. You're part of the problem.
Yeah, everybody have a great week. This was a wonderful 6th or 7th episode. I believe it was 7th, wasn't it? I don't know.
7th.
I don't know. Everybody have a great week. You can find us on Facebook.com/Brainstorming Podcast. What else? Oh, yeah. YouTube.com/Where We Lied To. And don't forget to check out whereweliedto.com in like a month. I don't know. It'll be
like a month.
I got a lot of work.
We're advertising it now, but
I got a lot of work to do on it. I got a lot of personal stuff going on, but
we got big things to come. We're gonna
we'll get it done in the next month, and it will be a wonderful site. Oh my God, will it be wonderful? It's going to be something that people have never seen before. Never seen something like this before. Mm-hmm. So hopefully it doesn't look too scatterbrained, which I'm really concerned about. But there's going to be so much information shared. It's going to literally make your brain explode. You can go there and learn more than you would at most 4-year colleges in 4 years. And maybe not about one particular subject, but about I guess you could find about one particular subject, especially a lot more than you'll find in any college. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome, dude.
So enroll in WWLT University coming soon.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, bro, I like that. All right, so anybody out there, check us out. Also check out our other podcasts, 3NN podcasts, Wednesday nights 9 p.m. You can check us out Wednesday nights 8 p.m. And we'll see you on the flip side. So there's a battle on for your brain.
Let your brain evolve.
Rockety rollity.
Rockety rollity?
Rockety rollity. And that takes us out. I love our new... dude, I love our new music. Our new outro music is just...
awesomeness.
I got all things that are good.